Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine. It's your dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Episode number 637. Now, yesterday we spoke about disabling the main Copilot feature in Windows 11, but Microsoft has been adding AI assistants directly into apps, and Notepad is one of them. So if you're someone who is using Notepad for quick, simple text editing, you might be wondering whether you want your AI suggestions popping up while you're trying to work. What I want to do today is have a look at what Copilot in Notepad does, discuss why you might want to turn it off, or discuss why you might want to leave it on, and how you can make that decision, or the things that you need to consider when you're making that decision. So we're talking about Notepad and Copilot. Don't try and say it fast. Let's have a look at what Notepad and Copilot actually does, or Copilot in Notepad actually does. Microsoft has integrated Copilot directly into Notepad with the ability to help you write, rewrite, and generate text. You can highlight something you've written and ask Copilot to make it more formal, summarize it, or expand on it. You can also prompt it to generate new content from scratch. It's truly similar to what you'd get in ChatGPT, Claude AI, or other AI writing tools, but it's baked right into what you used to be the simplest text editor in Windows. For some people, that is incredibly convenient, and I totally get it. Being able to actually say, fix this up is a massive attraction for me. For others, it's feature creep in a tool that was perfect because it was simple. And I also understand that as well. I mean, I used Notepad because it was simple, because I could just put text in, it wouldn't format it, I could get it out, there would be no problems with it. How does this differ, though, from the main Windows Copilot? Because yesterday we spoke about disabling Copilot for Windows. It's worth clarifying it because it can be a little bit confusing. The Copilot button in your taskbar, so that's the Windows Copilot, is a system-wide assistant. Copilot in Notepad is specifically focused on text editing tasks within that app. They're related features, but they work independently. You could disable the main Windows Copilot and still have AI features in Notepad, or vice versa. They also have separate privacy implications since Notepad's Copilot has direct access to whatever you're typing into your document. Now, that's a really important thing to consider. For Copilot to help you with your writing in Notepad, it needs to read what you're working on. That means the content of your text file is being sent to Microsoft's cloud for processing. Now, Microsoft says that they will handle this responsibly and they don't use it to train models without permission, so that's probably okay. But it's still your document content leaving your machine. If you're just jotting down shopping lists or quick notes, then that's probably fine. If you're working on something confidential, like copying and pasting usernames and passwords, because that's one thing that I used to do with Notepad, just so I could get them and have them, and if someone was asking me, I could read it out to them, or not send the password via email, but like you get it and it says, here, copy this, so you copy it and you paste it down somewhere so you don't forget it. So it's confidential, it's sensitive, it could just be private. So you need to really consider that carefully, that data no longer stays on your computer. It is actually being sent out to Microsoft's cloud. Now that brings me to why you might want to disable it. There's a reason Notepad has been around since Windows 1.0. Yes, Windows 1.0. It's fast, reliable, and gets out of your way. You literally cannot trip over it. It opens instantly, it uses minimal resources, and just lets you type. Adding AI features changes that fundamental character. You've got additional UI elements, potential loading delays while the AI processes your text, and the cognitive overhead of deciding whether to use the AI suggestions. So the AI suggestions will, oh, you could say this, you could say that. It's going to start distracting you. Now, some people specifically choose Notepad over Word or other editors because they want that simplicity. If that's you, the AI features are working against why you picked Notepad in the first place. Privacy concerns, as I mentioned, let's talk about those. Let's talk about those and what people use Notepad for. Shopping lists, quick notes, but we also use it for drafting emails before sending them, writing personal journal entries, copying and pasting passwords temporarily, as I said, working on sensitive code snippets, or jotting down confidential work information. Maybe you have a door lock code. A physical door lock code, and you put it in the document while you memorize it or while you copy it somewhere and put it in your bag or something. So you do keep that information. You might use it to store that information. Having an AI feature that's constantly ready to read and process whatever you type means all of that content might, not will, might potentially be transmitted to the cloud. Even if you trust Microsoft's privacy policies, there's an exposure risk that didn't exist when Notepad was purely local. Avoiding distractions in a focused writing tool. There's real value in having tools that let you focus without interruption. When you open Notepad, you probably want to quickly type something and move on. AI suggestions, prompts to try Copilot's features, or even just the presence of an AI UI element can be distracting. It's the digital equivalent of trying to write in a quiet room versus one where someone keeps offering to help, bring you a cup of coffee, plays music. Sometimes you just want that quiet room. Sometimes you just want to be able to focus and get into flow. If you find yourself ignoring the AI features anyway, they're just clutter taking up screen space and mental bandwidth. Let's talk about when it might actually become useful. To be fair, there are legitimate use cases where Copilot in Notepad is genuinely handy. If you're drafting an email and want to try different tones, more professional, more casual, more concise, having AI right there to rewrite it can save time. If you're brainstorming and want to expand on ideas, AI can help generate variations or elaborate on concepts. For people who regularly use Notepad as a drafting tool rather than just for quick notes, these features might well be worth the trade-offs. Copilot can also handle practical text manipulation tasks. Need to convert a list into a paragraph? Want to summarize something into long let me try that again. Want to summarize something longer into bullet points? Do you need to change the capitalization or formatting across a large block of text? These are the tasks that used to require either manual work or a more powerful text editor. Having them available in Notepad can be convenient, especially if you're working on simpler documents and don't want to open Word or another heavy application just for the basic text transformations. Ultimately, though, this all comes down to how you personally use Notepad, how you see you can see yourself using Notepad later, and what you value. If you use it primarily as a lightweight scratch pad for non-sensitive quick notes and occasionally want AI help with writing, keeping Copilot makes a lot of sense. If you value Notepad specifically because it's simple, fast, and private, or if you work with sensitive information, disabling those features is the better choice. The good thing is Microsoft has given you that control, so you're not stuck with whatever they decide is best for you. Now that I've said that, I also want to ask who has used Copilot for writing tasks. Is it good? I have used ChatGPT and I have used Claude AI, and Claude AI is stellar, absolutely stellar as a writing tool. ChatGPT is passable, so I'm wondering where Copilot actually fits in that in that area. So without further ado, what I want to do is flick across to the screen, show you how to disable this in Notepad. I'm doing that on my Surface, I believe. Show you how to disable it in Notepad, and then I'll come back and have a chat to you. Okay, so this is Microsoft Notepad. As most of you will be aware, it is a pretty standard option in Windows. It's just a text editor, right? You just type your text notes in here. I don't know how many people actually still use Notepad, but it's still around. To find it, you can head to your start menu. You'll see I don't have a standard start menu, of course. So I'm just going to type, there it is. I'm just going to type Notepad or NO, and it will give me an automatic Notepad here. Now you'll notice I've also got Copilot here. We'll get rid of that shortly. But we've got Notepad here. So this is the app I'm in, Notepad. Sorry, I don't mean to say all the time. Now, one of the things that Microsoft has done, because Microsoft likes to be very helpful, is enable Copilot in Notepad. You've got a whole heap of things you can write, you can rewrite, you can summarize, you can make shorter, you can make longer, change tone, change format. Look, honestly, writing tools are really handy. These sorts of writing tools are really handy, and you may not want to turn it off. But if you've decided that you want to remove Copilot and you don't want it in your writing apps and all of these things, the way to turn it off is open up the Notepad app like I have here. I am on my Surface today, so please bear with me. You'll see here in the right... just get rid of that, there we go. See here in the right hand corner next to where you've got the Copilot option, you've got a little cog right on the right hand side. It says settings. Click on settings, come down to spell check. Of all the places, no, it's not on, it's not just under spell check. It come down to spell check, keep going down. So, you've got AI features. It says Copilot. Just click the off button, and that's going to turn Copilot off. Now let's just check under spelling. Yep, that's fine. There's nothing there. So we've turned Copilot off now, so it's not going to be in our Microsoft app. So now if I exit the settings, go hit the back button, Copilot has been disabled. So that's how we remove Copilot from Notepad. There's a whole heap to do. You just don't turn it off on Windows 11. It turns it off everywhere, clearly. But we can go through and do bits and pieces at a time as we go. So that's Notepad. That's how we get rid of it on Notepad. See you in the next video. Okay, guys. So there you have it. That's how you disable Copilot in Notepad. I can see that Copilot in Notepad adds genuinely useful AI writing features. But it also changes that fundamental character of a tool that many people value specifically because it was simple and it was private. Think about how you actually use Notepad, what kinds of information you put in it, and whether AI assistance in that context is helpful or if it's just going to get in the way. Also think about your privacy concerns. There's no universally right answer here. It really depends entirely on your workflow and your priorities. What I'd like to know is, did I ask more questions than I answered here? Did I answer your questions? Did I give you something to think about? As I asked before, I would really love to know your experiences with Copilot as a writing assistant. It's something I'm going to go and test later. There's a lot going on, and you've got to focus on various bits and pieces. So I'm really interested in how others are finding the Copilot writing tools. Are they good? Are they bad? Do they stack up? Are they bothersome? I'd love to know. I'd also love to know if you've got any questions, or if I raised more questions than I answered. You can ask those questions. You can give me that feedback over in my community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. It is designed for business owners to have these types of conversations. You can always leave comments wherever you're watching or listening to these videos. I will get back to them eventually. I'm a little busy at the moment, so social media is a bit slower. If this video was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like and maybe share it with a friend. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And I will be back with my next tip the day after tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.